Hello my friends, and welcome back to another Sewcialites Quilt Along from Fat Quarter Shop. In today's video we are doing block 26, the Courage block designed by Joanna Figueroa. In today's video we are going to be doing the 6-inch block, and I have cut out my fabrics for the 6-inch block. I have 2 cut out for the background labeled A and B. So for A, you'll need 3 2.5-inch squares, and you'll need 2 2 3/8 inch squares in the B. For your printed fabric, you are going to need for C 1 3 7/8 inch square and 3 2.5-inch square D, and for E you'll need 4 2-inch square. I want to thank you all for joining me. I hope you enjoy this block. The first thing you're going to want to do is take your one printed fabric C and cut it diagonally, just like I've done here. And you're also going to do the same thing for your background fabric B thing. So I've already cut the one in the background fabric, and I'll just do this one here for you. And just do it from corner to corner. Take a straight edge, line it up as best you can. Take your rotary cutter, and there you go. So now we have 4 of these and 2 of these, which is exactly what you need. I'm going to put these aside. And then the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to take fabric A, your background fabric, and you are going to draw on the back 2 lines 1/4 inch from your center line. Done that all here. You are then going to take your fabric D and put these right sides together, just like this, which I am doing right here. And then I'm going to chain piece these together. I'm going to sew along this line, sew along that line, and then cut in the center. I have my 6 half square triangles here, and you're going to take 2 of them, as well as C, your triangle C, and your triangles B, and you are going to do this with the one just like this. I'm going to take these 2 triangles, I'm going to sew 1/4 inch here, and then press this open, and then I'm going to do the exact same thing on this side of my half square triangle, and I'm going to sew 1/4 inch here and press it open. And then once that's done, then you can sew it to this triangle. I have this sewn together just like this, and then what you're going to do is right sides together, sew 1/4 inch seam. And I like to pin it as best I can so it doesn't move. But if you don't want to pin it, you don't have to. And also I can see where my point is on this side. Try not cut it off. And I like to pin here at each end. It is kind of stretchy, so just make sure you watch it. Try not to stretch it out of shape, but it could happen. So now I'm just gonna sew 1/4 inch seam, and then this will be done. And this is called the cat's cradle unit. Once you have your 2 cat's cradle units, you are going to do the Courage unit, and you need your fabric E and your 2 half square triangles, and this is going to be like sewing a 4 patch. You are going to have the printed fabrics facing out like this, so the background fabrics are facing in, and then like this, and sew them together, right sides together, just like this, 1/4 inch seam, and you will need 2 of those. Once you have your Courage unit blocks done and your cat's cradle units done, we're gonna lay out the blocks. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take one cat's cradle unit and put it there, and then one Courage unit here, and then like this, and then like this. And there you go. What you're gonna do is right sides together and sew 1/4 inch seam, and then you'll have your top and your bottom row, which will be sewn together, iron it open, and then you're gonna sew your top and your bottom together to get the finished block. And there we have the finished Courage block. This was the Sewcialites Quilt Along from Fat Quarter Shop, and this was block 26, and the design was by Joanna Figueroa of the Fig Tree & Co. Now, for next week's video, we have block 27 called the Earnest block. You can do whatever sizes you want. They have 3 different sizes, 3 inch, 6 inch, and 9 inch. I'm doing the 6 inch block. For the 6 inch block, I need, in the background colors, for fabric A, I need 2 3.5 inch squares, 4 2.5 inch squares, and 1 2 inch square. And in my printed fabric, I'll need 2 3.5 inch squares, 1 2 inch square, and 2 1.5 inch squares. I am so excited. This was actually kind of fun. Yes, some of my points didn't match up, but that's okay. You know what? Whoever you make this block for, or the quilt, if you're sewing along with, the person who's gonna receive this, if it's you or someone else, is gonna be like, wow, I'm amazed. Thank you so much. So if you want to join me in doing these blocks in the Sewcialite Quilt Along, I have a link in the description below. Go ahead, click on it, download that PDF, and join me in sewing along. And if you haven't watched from the beginning, go back to number 1, and I will show you how to start off these 36 blocks on the Sewcialite Quilt Along by Fat Quarter Shop. I am so excited. This was, of course, block number 26, so that means there's only 10 more blocks to go. Woohoo! We might have this done by Christmas. Maybe not. Anyways, so I just want to say thanks again, and I hope you all have a wonderful quilt day. See you in the next video. Bye!